Welcome to the FANMADE kill count, where we tally up to the victims in all our favorite horror media. I'm Luke Connors, and today we're covering the pilot of the amazing digital Circus. Was released in 2023, created, directed, and written by Gooseworks and produced by an animation company called Glitch Productions. Shows us a female jester who is trapped in a virtual world with 5 other characters, not knowing that there is no way out of virtual world and is trapped there forever. The world was created by a human with a toothed head who had heterochromia eyes, which is to different color dye. His name was Cain, and sometimes called God, which I find strange. Cain likes to create adventures that he finds fun to keep newcomers from being crazy and abstracted. Death here is called abstraction, where the process of someone going crazy and becoming a black monster with an inhuman form. As I said earlier, Cain loves to create silly adventures, like in this episode, featuring a kind of geometric-shaped creature called Gloink. We must gather the Gloinks to stop the theft and the taking of items throughout the circus tent. Why did they steal? Maybe because Gloink Queen wanted to be fed. How many kills, or should I say abstraction, have occurred in the circus? Let's find out and get to the kills. The episode begins with an 8-bit title card, which then changes to HD. We are pulled into a circus tent, and Cain welcomes us to the digital circus with his assistant Bubble. The opening theme song begins and introduces us to the members of the digital circus, until one clown is absent in this episode. We sing past the moon and the sun cause we don't know why. Then, a confused jester appeared. That seemed really familiar. Where have I seen that before? Now I remember. Jester accidentally bumps into Jax the Rabbit, Kinger the chess piece, and Gangle the comedy mask whose mask is broken. Jester enters the digital world because it seems like she is wearing a VR headset. She tried to get rid of it, but in vain. The female jester said something rude, but it was censored because
we can't have any of that foul language around here. The amazing digital circus is a place to be enjoyed by all ages.
Then, Jester asks how to get out, and Jax simply said,
"You can't."
The poor Jester tries to calm herself down, convincing herself this is all just a dream, which honestly is a pretty healthy response when you've just been dropped into digital hell. Too bad it's not a dream, it's a new life. Cain brought the female jester to World Tour. After that, the jester vomited and Bubble licked it. What the fuck? Cain asks Jester what her name is, but Jester doesn't know. The next step is the name slot.
What do you think of...
That's fucking terrible, Cain.
What do you think of Pomni?
Sure.
Fun fact, Pomni's name means remember in Russian, despite the jester doesn't remember her name. Cain invites Pomni on an adventure with many options, categories, and genre, until Bubble eats a cake which gets him poked by Cain. For today, the newcomers must gather the Gloinks and prevent them from stealing objects and taking them. Bubble is alive again, but who cares? He got poked again by Cain for being too noisy. Zooble prefers not to go on an adventure, but their broken body is taken by the Gloinks, which makes Kinger and Gangle try to help them. On the other hand, Jax, Regatha, and Pomni will meet Kaufmo. Wait a minute, isn't Kaufmo absent? In Jax's group, opening Kaufmo's room and being scared that Kaufmo's room is filled with the word exit, and also he is abstracted, adding to our count. Jax took the bowling ball and immediately took off from there. Kaufmo attacks Regatha, nearly abstracting her. She calls for help, but Pomni afraid of being abstracted too, so she runs away, and now Kaufmo targeting Pomni. Eventually, Pomni escaped from the pursuit. After Kaufmo fell, Pomni returned to Regatha. Meanwhile, Kinger and Gangle find the hole where Zooble was last seen. Jax happens to run into them and throws the bowling ball at Kinger and Gangle, sending them falling into the hole. He follows them down. They slid down an underground slide that made me want to try it. Seems so fun. Kinger and Gangle knock down the bowling pins until there is only one left, and aided by Jax's kick, make it a spare. I still left them out of kill count. Sorry. Kinger's group meets the final boss, Gloink Queen, who is nomming. Is that even a real word? And it turns out they entered the Gloink's nest. Back to Pomni. She apologizes to Regatha for leaving her, and Regatha says she has to find Kane to fix Kaufmo. I love the detail on Regatha's devastated face playing ping pong. Pomni opens many doors with boxing punch, the sea, multi-level carousels, and jump scare. Love that jump scare. Pomni meets Kaufmo again. Runs away again. At the nest, Kinger finally saw Zubal's head and greeted them.
Help me, you idiot!
That's rude, Zuby. Eventually, Kinger tries to take Zubal's head, but his hands is also stuck and eaten by Queen. Jax also saw an abstracted Gloink, but pretended not to see anything. Back to Pomni. She found a mirror and herself. Oh, that's nice, and there's Kaufmo. Not nice. Pomni opens the monkey barrel and lets them loose, and one of them is stepped on by Kaufmo. Pomni sees the exit door and tries to escape from the circus, leaving her new friends and life behind. Then, the exit door disappeared into dust, and also Gloink Triangle was stepped on many times by Kaufmo. Back at the nest, Kaufmo attacks with a surprise attack, squashing Gloink Queen, who spits out Zubal farts. Meanwhile, Gloink Queen is repeatedly beaten to death by Kaufmo. Back to Pomni. She was starting to go crazy because she had gone through too many doors.
Another door!
Pomni then found the last door and took her to the void. Kane finds out that Pomni is in the void and immediately takes her back to the circus. Kinger and the others are saved from Kaufmo, and Kane sends Kaufmo into the cellar. Regatha was also healed by Kane. Kane said the exit door was an unfinished project due to the difficulty in figuring out what the room was for, creating the void. The episode ends with the newcomers eating, and Pomni's smile is very forced, pulling us from the circus, from the void to the rusty computer to the golden title card. How many characters died in Pomni's first ever day? Let's find out and get to the numbers. Wait, no. I counted 8 deaths in the pilot of Digital Circus. For males, 1 female, and 3 unknowns, giving us this pie chart. Little bit of crisps, yeah. With a runtime of 25 minutes, basically every show's episode, that left us with a kill on average every 3.12 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw to Gloink Queen. For me, it's very brutal than the other kills. She got crushed and beaten to death. Of course, this is the winner. Dull Machete for the lamest kill goes to Abstracted Kaufmo. Was simply sent into the cellar? And for this series, I will giving a brand new award. The Circus Screamus for the scariest moment in the episode goes to that mannequin jump scare. You'll think I was gonna choose Kaufmo Abstraction, huh? That was cool too, but I love the mannequin jump scare more. It's just so sudden and terrifying. And that's it. The amazing Digital Circus pilot was released in 2023. Next, we're looking at the second episode. But until that, I'm Luke Connors. This has been in the fan-made kill count, and be good people.